So what are you going to do here? From your previous lesson, you have learned how to use the past and past perfect tenses correctly in varied contexts. Now, let us check if you can still apply what you have got by answering the activities. In letter A, give the correct form of the past tense or past perfect tense of the verb in the parentheses. So you write your answer there on your answer sheet. Write only the answer on your answer sheet. So this is answer only. Please pause now the video for you to have more time to answer. Again, pause the video for you to have plenty of time to answer 1 to 5. Okay, number 6 to 10. On letter B, provide either the past tense or past perfect tense of the following verbs in present tense. Okay, so provide what is being asked in each item. In number 6, drive, okay, which is the present tense. Drove, which is the past tense, and here this is a blank. So all you have to do is to determine or find out what is the past perfect tense of the given verb in number 6, which is drive. 7. Cry, blank, had cried. 8. Ride, blank, had ridden. 9. Eat, ate, blank. 10. Draw, drew, blank. Pause again the video for you to have more time to think what is the correct answer. Again, pause the video for you to have more time to think what is the answer. Are you done? So let us now proceed for the answers of the following items given in looking back to your lesson. So here are the following answers. On number 1, viewed. Number 2, had left. Number 3, watched. Number 4, had called. And number 5, had taken. You check your own paper now. If you have the wrong answer, of course, you write the correct answer there on your answer sheet. Okay, let us now proceed to number 6 to 10. Answers from 6 to 10. 6. Had ridden or had driven. Had driven. 7. Cried. 8. Rode. 9. Had eaten. Had eaten. And number 10, had drawn. So you write your score beside the answer sheet of looking back to your lesson. Now take a look, these two teachers which are having their conversation between Sir Perez and Ma'am Torres about the proposal of DepEd Secretary Briones to President Duterte. Good day, Sir Perez. Have you watched the televised IATF meeting last night? What did Secretary Briones propose to President Duterte?
Yes, ma'am. I watched it last night.
Secretary Briones said, Mr. President, I seek your approval of our alternative ways of learning which are already existing right now. Thank you, sir. Therefore, Secretary Briones requested President Duterte the approval of the alternative ways of learning and said that these were already existing then. President Duterte said, I believe that you have a workable program and I will support you. I see. That's good to hear President Duterte believe that she had a workable program and he would support her. Thank you, Sir Perez. You're welcome, ma'am. Take care. For our brief introduction, I want everyone to observe about the conversation between the two teachers. Number 1 question. What have you observed from the lines of Ma'am Torres? How about the lines of Sir Perez? How are the lines of Ma'am Torres presented? How about Sir Perez? Number 2. What tense of verb was used in the lines of Ma'am Torres? How about the lines of Sir Perez? Which of the characters use direct speech or reported speech? So here, in a brief introduction, we're going to discuss about direct speech and reported speech, of which these two teachers, they had used direct and reported speech in their normal conversation. So what is a direct speech? Direct speech is used when a person gives a statement or thought based on the original or actual words of the speaker. Example here, I want to pursue my studies amidst the pandemic, Giselle Rose said. While reported speech, or we can call it indirect speech, is used when a person expresses a statement or thought of someone else, but without using the speaker's exact words. A pronoun needs to be changed and the verb is usually moved back a tense. Just like this example of a statement which is in reported speech. Giselle Rose said that she wanted to pursue her studies amidst the pandemic. Now let us discuss about direct speech first. Here is an example of a statement which is in direct speech. I want to pursue my studies amidst the pandemic, Giselle Rose said. Now question, who do you think is the speaker in this statement? Again, who do you think is the speaker of this statement? Or who do you think is talking here in this statement? Correct. It is Giselle Rose. And what did she say? What did she exactly say? Correct. I want to pursue my studies amidst the pandemic. So, you have here the subject, which is Giselle Rose. And then you have the following verb. Giselle Rose, which is the subject, and then said, which is the verb. So this is the part of which is the introductory. How about the statement here inside the quotation marks? So remember, once that you saw a quotation marks, that is already a direct speech. So again, going back to our question, how about the statement inside this quotation marks? It says there, I want to pursue my studies amidst the pandemic. Okay, this statement inside the quotation marks is what you called the quoted part. Quoted part, this is the statement of what the subject in the statement said. So again, this part inside the quotation marks is what you call the quoted part. This statement here is the exact words or the exact statement that the subject of the sentence said. Okay, how about the reported speech? Now, this is the example of a reported speech. Giselle Rose said that she wanted to pursue her studies amidst the pandemic. Now, here in the reported speech, who do you think is the speaker? Is it still Giselle Rose? Again, who do you think is the speaker in this statement? Who is talking? Is it still Giselle Rose? Okay, the correct answer is it's the other person. Okay, or other speaker. It is not Giselle Rose anymore is talking here. Now, how do we write that? Simply, we remove the quotation marks. Okay, we just copy the subject as well as the verb. And then we added the word that. Okay, and then of course, we have to change the pronouns from the direct speech. So, from I want to pursue my studies amidst the pandemic, we changed that into she wanted to pursue her studies amidst the pandemic. First, remember to put the word that. Okay, and then we change the necessary pronouns. I was changed to she. My was changed to her. So that we come up with this reported speech. Giselle Rose said that she wanted to pursue her studies amidst the pandemic. Now let us now discuss about rules in transforming direct speech to reported speech. So here are the rules. Rule number 1, change the present tense of the verb which is inside the quotation marks into its corresponding past tense. If the verb is in the simple past tense, transform it into past perfect tense. So here is an example. Direct speech, the lady said, I like reading books. So what is the reported speech? The lady said that she liked reading books. So rule number 1, if change the present tense of the verb which is inside the quotation mark into its corresponding past tense. If the verb is in past tense. Now, the verb here in the direct speech here is in past tense. So the verb here is said, which is in past tense. Now, if we are going to write that in the reported speech, write first the subject and the verb. The lady said. And then we add the word that. Of course, we change I into she. Okay? Because the speaker here in the reported speech is another person. And she represents the lady, which is a female. That's why we are using the pronoun she. And then of course, the verb like, which is in present tense, was changed into liked, which is in past tense. So again, past tense. The statement here inside the quotation mark is in present tense. We change that into past tense. She liked reading books. The lady said that she liked reading books. So that is for rule number 1. Number 2. Direct speech. Amadeo said, I will have to attend my online class at 11:30 p.m. And what is the reported speech? Amadeo said that he would have to attend his online class at 11:30 p.m. So going back to direct speech, Amadeo said. So the reporting verb here is in past tense, said. Okay? And then the verb here inside the verb here in the statement inside the quotation mark, I will have to attend my online class at 11:30 p.m. will have. Okay? And then we are going to change will have into its corresponding past tense. What is the corresponding past tense of will have? Would have. So when we are going to write that now in reported speech, copy the introductory part, Amadeo said. Of course, we remove the quotation marks. Okay, and then we added the word that. We changed the word I into he. Okay? Because Amadeus is a male. He represents for Amadeus, which is a male. So that's why we use the pronoun he. Singular and male. Would have to attend his online class. My was changed to his for male possessive form of pronoun, online class at 11:30 p.m. So here's our reported speech. Amadeus said that he would have to attend his online class at 11:30 p.m. So another example here, direct speech. Jessalyn Rose said, I enrolled Ronald yesterday. So what is the reported speech? Jessalyn Rose said that she had enrolled Ronald yesterday. So let us analyze. So here in the direct speech, we have the subject, Jessalyn Rose, and then the verb said. So that is the reporting verb, said, which is again is in past tense. I enrolled Ronald yesterday. So the statement here inside the quotation marks, the verb here is enrolled, which is in past tense. So again, what are the changes if our tense of the verb here is in past tense? So let us find out. Jessalyn Rose said, so we just copied the introductory part. Jessalyn Rose said. Jessalyn Rose said. Of course, we have to remove the quotation marks as well as the comma here. And then we added the word that. Next, we changed the pronoun I into she. And that is because she represents for Jessalyn Rose, which is a female. So she is the correct pronoun. And then we change the tense of the verb now inside the quotation marks into What is the tense of the verb here? Had enrolled. Correct. Had enrolled is in past perfect tense. Ronald yesterday. So here is our reported speech. Jesselyn Rose said that she had enrolled Ronald yesterday. Rule number 2. When a universal truth is expressed by the verb inside the quotation marks, do not change it into its past tense. Now, if the tense of the verb here is in present tense, all you have to do, you don't change any form of the verb. Just like, for example, Aldrich said, all people have equal rights to acquire quality education. So what is the reported speech? Aldrich said that all people have equal rights to acquire quality education. So as we can see here, in the rule number 2, when a universal truth is expressed by the verb inside the quotation marks, of course, we're not going to change it into its past tense. So what is the verb here inside the quotation marks? Okay, correct. Have. Now, here in the reported speech, copy the introductory part. Aldrich said, remove quotation marks as well as the comma, and then add the word that. And now we are now going to continue the statement. All people have equal rights to acquire quality education. All people have quality rights to acquire quality education. So, we are just only going to continue the statement here in the reported speech. Not like here in the direct speech. Here inside the statement, inside the quotation marks, it began with a capital letter. Of course, ends with a period. Rule number 3. Use pronouns correctly. Example. In direct speech, the teacher told Carlo, I told you that we were not going to have an online class on a Sunday. Direct speech, the teacher told Carlo that he had told him that they were not going to have an online class on a Sunday. So what happened here? Here in the direct speech, we just have to copy the introductory part. The teacher told Carlo. The teacher told Carlo. Remove comma and remove quotation marks. Okay, and then we added the word that. I told you that we was changed into he told him that they. So I was changed into he. He represents to the teacher. Okay, and then we change the verb into had told, or in a past perfect tense. Okay, you, since teacher is talking to Carlo, so Carlo is a male, and we change you into him because the teacher is talking to Carlo, which him represents to Carlo. That we, that they. That they represents for the third person. the third person that talks about teacher and Carlo. Remember, here in the reported or indirect speech, other person here is talking. So that's why we are using here third person point of view of pronoun. We're not going to have an online class on a Sunday. So that is for rule number 3. Learn to observe always the use of pronouns correctly. Note, when the reporting verb is in a perfect or is in a present tense or future tense, we do not transform the tense of the verb inside the quotation marks. So we are not going to change this tense of verb inside the quotation marks. Example, Camille says. Camille is the subject. What is the verb? Says. So the reporting verb here says. This is in a present tense. So we are not going to change anything from the verb here inside the quotation marks. Says, I will come. So here is our indirect speech. Camille says. We add the word that. I was changed to she. She represents for the subject, which is Camille. And then welcome, which is the verb of the statement inside the quotation marks, will not be changed. It will remain the same. Camille says that she will come. Rule number 4. Remove the quotation marks and question mark in the interrogative sentence. Do not use that. Use if or whether. Use the given interrogative word what, when, where, why, who, whom, whose, which, if the direct speech starts with them. Change the reporting verb say or said into ask or inquire in its correct tense. Rule in number 4. It just only means that if the statement inside the quotation marks is in question form or asking question, so this is going to be the changes in indirect or reported speech. For example, will you help me to carry this table? So that is the statement inside the quotation marks. Who said that? Said I to my friend. So who is the speaker here? Okay, so it is I who is the speaking here. Which is I'm talking to? I'm talking to my friend. So that is the direct speech. When you write that in the indirect speech, I ask my friend. So I still the subject, and then we change said into ask. I asked to my friend or my friend, and we will change now, or we will add the word if. If he would help me to carry that table. Now we change you into he. Okay. We assume that the friend is a male. And then will you would change into would. Okay. Help me to carry that table. Another example. Brian said to Alvin, do you like mangoes? So that is the direct speech. So what is the reported speech? Ryan asked So we change said to asked. Ryan asked Alvin. Now we remove quotation marks, the question mark, as well as the comma here, and then we added the word if. If you was changed into he. Okay. And then the tense of the verb here was changed into past tense, liked. Mangoes. Ends with a period. So here is our reported speech. Ryan asked Alvin if he liked mangoes. Example number 3. Ian said to John, "Why did you not attend the meeting yesterday?" So here is our reported speech. Ian asked John. So we change said into ask. Ian asked John, why? So we don't use if anymore. Why he had not attended the meeting the day before. Remember the rule here. Use the given interrogative word what, when, where, why, who, whom, whose, which, if the direct speech starts with them. So we are not going to use if anymore. Instead, we are just only going to use the word itself. Only that, of course, we're going to use that in a small letter. So here is our indirect speech. Ian asked John why he had not attended the meeting the day before, or meeting yesterday. Example number 4. For our direct speech, how often do you go to the theater? Said Abbott to Jay. So what is our indirect speech? Abbott asked Jay. So we're just only going to use the subject Abbott. Next is our verb asked. So we change the verb said to ask. Abbott asked who? Who's Abbott talking to? Jay. So Abbott asked Jay. And of course, we remove all our punctuation marks here. So we remove the question mark, and then we remove the quotation marks. Of course, we are now going to continue our statement here in the reported speech. That we are not going to use if here anymore. Then, how often? He. So you was changed to he. He stands for or represents to J. He went. So the verb go was changed into past tense. Go was changed to went to the theater. So here's our indirect speech. Abbott asked Jay how often he went to the theater.